Imagine if you had references for every letter of the alphabet that reflected the importance of Black history. And that spans a story of conflicts and centuries, triumph and heartbreak, creativity and joy. A story of big ideas broken down into the letters we all learned when we first started school.
And knowledge is power, right?
It is powerful because it gives us a familiar framework.
Okay, this could be cool. I'm listening.
It is easily understood and respects our starting point, and suggests growth beyond the basics. So what do you say we start from the very beginning?
This is sounding familiar.
Yeah, I know this one. A very good place to start.
When you read, you begin with ABC. When you sing, you begin with do, re, mi, do, re, mi, do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti. Let's see if you make this sing. Let me put it another way you might understand. And that can be key people, terms, or native contributions. You are creating a shared vocabulary for your presentation that allows us all to enrich the Black history experience. Leading a national narrative that embodies the infrastructure of this United States. The good, the bad, and the ugly.
This sounds like a lot. How many points is this worth?
you said this is going easy.
Well, maybe I need to think on this a little more.
See you tomorrow, class, and bring those ideas in.
Nikki Giovanni from A Theory of Practice says, "It is called education because it is learned. You do not have to have an experience in order to sympathize or empathize with the subject."
That's why books are written, so that we do not have to do the same things. We learn from experience, true, but we also learn from empathy.
free currents that freedom and free. B is for beautiful. I'm talking to you. Your voice, your height, your hair, your hue.
B is for bright and bold, for those who stand for other people.
B is for brotherhood, for believing in faith. C is for community, where we live, laugh, and eat, and for the church we worship, mourn, sing, and meet.
Did you hear Reverend King preach on his dream of silver rights? A powerful thing.
Yes, I have heard of that famous speech, and know his words still ring true. What letter did you get?
D. And I'm focusing on diaspora, pulled from our homes. We're carried away in ships on the phone to Haiti, Cuba, America, Brazil. Our names are different, new, but still we are connected. Then, now, forevermore, to the long ago, far away African shore.
Wow, these books sure are big. Who would have ever used something like this? E, here it is, to explore a place, like Matthew Hansen, the Arctic, and Ray Jimison, space.
E is for education, to expand the mind. Like Ruby Bridges, Linda Brown, the Little Outline, the black children in all white schools. They open the doors and they challenge the rules.
All this work is making me hungry. Do you want a snack?
Sure, F is for food, grown and farmed with our hands, worked and tilled and pulled from the land. For fried fish, ham hock, warm buttermilk bread, or maybe the sharp taste of mustards instead.
When you visit your favorite soul food spot, along with your faithful friends, what you'll eat any given day, on your taste it all depends. The selections all quite vary. The menu might sound like this: full breakfast, country ham and eggs with biscuits and cheese whiz.
For lunch, neck bones, catfish, smothered chicken, pork chops, and pan pig. Everything looks so delicious, and these are just the meats.
This for vegetables are included with green squash, black-eyed peas, and pinto beans, along with macaroni and cheese.
Whatever it is you decide, it is sure you hit the spot. It'll come to you brute, fresh, and piping hot.
Be prepared to sit in a seat, cause you don't want to move.
For you will have dined most scrumptiously as your clean plate will prove.
And you just had some good old soul food. Green, the carrots and
the line of the moon. For family, for freedom, for jumping the broom.
G is for go, towards cities where we're bound. For the great migration from country to town. From farming the land to factory floors, we carried the blues on our backs, not much more. From South to Chicago, his roots run deep. Chuck Berry makes music where the world doesn't sleep.
Often referred to as the father of Black history.
No, that's pretty cool. I know that this project is going to take longer than I thought, so I better get back to it.
Yeah, guess you're right. It's time to get back to work. Talk later and have fun.
Ages from Harlem, those big city streets. We walked and we danced to our own jazzy beat. With Louis and Bessie and Duke on the stage and Langston, Zoe, Neil, Hurst in the page. I got eyes for Madden and men in the mix for all the way to the sub-career. Long months so big beyond and 18 years old. They walked with me, covering the day.
ancestors, our elders, our sisters and brothers.
K is for Kwanzaa, which honors that bond, acts of origami.
Umoja, unity.
Kujichagulia, self-determined or believing in your own stream.
Ujama, collective work and responsibility, or taking care of your kin.
Uchama, working hard or support other businesses in the community.
Nia, perfect.
Kumba, creativity.
Imani, faith. Hey, that's my name.
L is for love, L is for love, L is always for love.
M is for march, for lifting our feet, talking the movement that calls in the street. Black lives matter. Every breath, every dream, every thought, each impossible scheme, the thought of hope is louder.
N is your newspaper. We start our own to tell our stories and let it be known that we deserve the front page. We deserve to be seen and also to be featured in Slick magazines. First, getting together to sit in and boycott to make our lives better. Thank you, Fred Hampton. Thank you, Dion Nash, for not being afraid of the possible clash with police and people who shouted and teased. Because of you, we can go anywhere we please. P is for power. It's part of our core. Sometimes it must be quiet. Sometimes it must roar like a panther or tiger. Isn't that right? Huey P. Power for like people, for like you and like me. And who do you think has more power than most? The president. Obama was first at post. Then Shirley Chisholm, unbought and unbossed, came so much more closer to people than a black woman could. And that just goes to show P is for possible. So glow on child glow.
Hey, how's your project coming along now? Doing this assignment is showing that I can dream big. And just imagine a world where diversity is celebrated. A world where people of all complexions and cultures can express themselves freely. If you imagine it, you can do it.
I'm glad that women are getting more recognition. My mom works really hard, and I admire what she does. And she takes care of us at home.
Say place that you're not now. But the means no change that you come around. But those dreams every day you turn around. You're not in each other. You're not in each other. Yeah, whenever each
Why do we have to do this project? I thought it was just for Miss Jackson's class. We are the gifted class, and I don't see how it actually helps anything.
For real, slavery ended. We learned about civil rights. What else is there?
That's like saying we ate yesterday, so we don't need food today. And yes, we are the gifted class, which means we should be able to take this to an even higher level.
I'm not trying to be rude, but how is learning this stuff going to fix what's wrong in America right now?
Yeah, I mean, I don't mind learning it, I just don't really get it. You do a lot of things in school that you don't know the purpose for. Yet, you want this assignment to be validated.
Huh?
Never mind.
The purpose is that we're still living the results of that history.
But I didn't do any of that. Why should I feel responsible?
Learning history isn't about blaming people, it's about understanding systems.
My grandfather couldn't vote until he was grown. That's not ancient history, that's family history. I didn't know that.
Black history isn't just about struggle either. It's about inventions, art, music, leadership, and even science.
Wait, weren't traffic lights identified back then?
Yeah, they're important.
Okay, that's actually interesting.
Exactly. You can't fix what you don't understand.
I guess I thought it was just for people in the same class. No. It's also stories about resilience, brilliance, and impact.
If we don't learn about it, people can change the story or erase it.
And if we do study it, we can actually learn from it instead of repeating it.
Okay, I still have some questions, but I get why it matters now.
Q is for queens. Behold and bow down, shield your eyes from the shine of their crown. Queen Amina, Queen Nandi, Ta Aswita, Nerf BT, Lee and Tom Price, Angela Davis, Michelle Obama, Ruby Hurley, Toni Morrison. R is for rise, to reach for the top, recently striving, refusing to stop. Like ball players, boxers, gymnasts, and skaters who zoom right on by the old record store. What a sight to behold. They went for the win, they grabbed for the gold. Gabby Douglas, Muhammad Davis, Jesse Owens. R is also for rap, a significant part of our culture and history. This genre birthed hip-hop, which dominates the modern music industry. Rap was born way back in '73 in New York City at a house party. DJs mixed beats for dancing crowds, speakers stuffed, and the lyrics was loud. DJs spread the toast words, my. These rhymes were the very first MCs. No one had ever heard a song like these. Then came great Grandmaster Flash, who taught us how to mix
beautiful map.
S is for soul, how sweet the sound, from the croon of Sam Cooke to the wail of James Brown. Brother Ray on the keys, Sister Garb dressed in me, and Queen Aretha sang, "You Better Think."
Sometimes the mist overhangs my path, and blackening clouds about me cling. But I have a magic way to turn the gloom into a cheerful day. I softly sing, and if the way grows darker, still shadowed by sorrow's somber wing, or glad if it's in my throat, I pierce the darkness with a note and sing. No nights are dark, no days are long, but in my heart there swells a song, and I can sing.
The spiritual is an integral part of the American history story. Before we had gospel music today, it was performed in the fields, it was performed in churches, and some of us grew up in those churches where there was no piano. It was just good old-fashioned stomping on the floor and clapping of the hands. And so tonight, if you want to join in with stomping and clapping, feel free. I'm building me a home. Building me a home. I'm building me a home. I'm building me a home, my Lord. This earthly house is gonna soon be paid. The soul's gotta have, Lord, somewhere to stay. Too many dangers, toils, and snares I have already come. It was grace that brought me thus far, and I know it will lead me home. When you hear me shouting, I'm building me a home. When you hear me shouting, I'm building me a home. This earthly house is gonna soon be paid, and my soul's gotta have somewhere to stay.
T is for Tuskegee, an all-black school. The students learned trades and toiled with tools. That's how we'll rise, said Boss Booker T. But another smart man just doesn't agree. W.E.B. Du Bois said industries, fine, but I think it's better to work on your mind. They had different ideas, but here's what's true. In their own way, they were still thinking of you. U is for United States. The story is tough. The birth of a nation that was deadly. We.
U is for unbroken, unshaken, and unbound, like Harriet Tubman, who went underground, took back her freedom, and freed hundreds more, same as a spot in the Civil War. But when the states were united again, the fight for our freedom lies didn't end. So U is for unfinished. This American tale with courage and strength we will prevail.
want to live. This is for the undeniable, the ones who score with chains on one hand and faith in the other. This is for the unflappable, the sophisticated ones who box adversity and tackle vision, who shine their light for the world to see and did not stop till the break of dawn. This is for the unafraid, the audacious ones who carry the red, white, and weary blues on the battlefield to save an imperfect union.
This is for the righteous marching ones who say, we shall not be moved.
Because Black Lives Matter. This is for the unspeakable. This is for the unspeakable. This is for the unspeakable. This is for the unlimited, unstoppable, the dreamers and doors who swim across the big sea of our imagination and don't stop till promised land. The Wilma Rudolphs, the Reese Whitleys, the LeBrons, and the undiscovered. This is for the unbelievable, the real cool ones. This is for the unmaking, the black guys and the nice beautiful ones. This is for the uncertain, but no longer untied. This is for the undefeated. This is for you and you.
Hoping, thinking, praying, dreaming. Stop dreaming. Our nation is at war against a far-reaching network of violence and hatred.
The arms we need and battles we are, we struggle against the common enemies of man, poverty, tyranny, and even war itself.
We do hope, and fervently we do pray, that this mighty sword of war may speed and pass.
And so, we press forward with speed and urgency, for we have much to do with Victor, Corral, and impossibility. Now we want to rush after 400 years? Dream. Stop dreaming.
We see where we are. We know where we've been. But we can't get to where we're going if we let our dreams die.
It was long ago. I almost forgot my dream, but it was there, then, in front of me, bright like the sun, my dream.
And then the wall rose slowly until it touched the sky. The wall shouted.
I am black. I lie down in my shadow. Long the light before me, above me, only the thick wall, only the shadow.
My hands, my dark hands, help me to break through this wall, find my dream, and shatter this darkness into 1,000 willing dreams of sun.
Dreaming. Stop dreaming.
In the many years of the world, only a few generations have been granted the role of defending freedom in this hour of maximum danger. Can we force through these enemies of grand global life, north and south, east and west, to create a more fruitful life for all mankind?
This is a great nation, and we are good people. And through centuries of storm and strife, through a peace and a war, we have come so far, but we still have far to go.
The time has come to refrain our enduring spirits, to choose our better history, to carry forward that precious gift, that noble idea passed on from generation to generation, and that God-given promise that all are free, all are equal, and all deserve a chance to pursue their full measures of happiness. Everybody, huh? Dreaming. Stop dreaming.
We see where we are. We know where we've been. But we can't get to where we're going if we let our dreams die.
Hold fast to dreams, for if dreams die, life is a miracle. Whatever. Dreaming. Stop dreaming.
Nadia, stop talking.
salad less than 60 years ago might not have been served in a local restaurant cannot stand before you take a most sacred oath.
In the face of our common dangers, in the winter of our hardship, let us remember these timeless words with hope and virtue. Let us brave once more the icy currents and endure what storms may come. Let it be said by our children's children that when we were tested, we refused to let this journey end, nor did we falter. And with our eyes fixed on the horizon and the God's grace upon us, we carry forth that precious gift, that noble idea passed on from generation to generation.
Wishing, hoping,
Thinking,
dreaming. Keep dreaming. V is for vote. Do you know what that means? The freedom to pick and choose as we please. The freedom to choose who makes the rules, who has the power, who gets the tools to make their lives better. That's why we fight. The freedom to vote is a true civil right.
So, I'm glad I'm almost done with this project. Looking at things I'm reading and some things on social media, we still have a long way to go, but I am hopeful.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing what everybody else came up with too. I'm sure this will be a learning experience for all of us. W is for writers, whose wisdom and words bring to life worlds where our voices are heard. Raps, poems, and songwriters too, all those who spin from our point of view. Shabazz, also known as Red El-Hajj. He insisted on change, and with the X he reclaimed his name.
Y is for young, for gifted and black, like Lady Lorraine, who never looked back. She wrote big dreams in a room so small, it's hard to believe they're dreamt in at all. Lady Lorraine in her work moved Nina Simone so much she has work of her own. Young, gifted, and black. A banner of song that wraps us in hope, lets us know we belong.
Z is for Zeman, the highest peak, the top of that mountain King said we will reach. He preached, won't get there with us, but his words still ring true. We march on, rising, rising, like the sun with the dawn.
Have you noticed how so much of American history has been forgotten? That in textbooks, and that to truly know who we are as a country, we have to accept and embrace all of our woes and wonders. It's important to highlight
Black Olympians such as Jesse Owens and Wilbur Williams undergirding the fights the false narrative of white superiority by raising the Lord from the whole world.
About enslaved Africans pushing on with an unwavering fighting spirit of hope and faith. Faith that one day their children or their children's children will become the masters of their own destiny.
About Langston Hughes and Zora Hurston in the heart of the Renaissance. About cultural expression and liberation in the Black arts movement.
About Dr. King's acceptance speech for the 1964 Nobel Peace Prize, about a promised land without racial injustice, poverty, and war, about civil rights marchers chanting, "We shall overcome," and demonstrating across the South.
About Jack Johnson and Muhammad Ali boxing racial prejudice in and out of the ring. About Black Civil War soldiers fighting for a union that refuses to see them as equals.
About Black Lives Matter. About Black Lives Matter. About Black Lives Matter. Because we are Americans, because we are human beings.
But mostly, to remind all of you, and to remind myself, to never, ever give up. Because as Maya Angelou wrote,
be dismissed. Of course, this is a huge feat because I think it's about 120 kids tonight, about 120 kids last night that all had to learn and be a part of this process with a little bit of time. I think we see them once a week, the third grade and under. We only see once a week, through snow days and all of this. So it was really great to be able to bring this together. I know some people were frustrated, sometimes with those in communication, but we can only do what we do when we know what we know. So, and then I just want to say, we're having a little wrinkles because, you know, we're training these young people. And first of all, let me give Chandler a hand to see them come from. We are training them to be good leaders and tech helpers. So it helps us when the kids learn to answer to them and respect them and follow their direction, because one day, if things are great and they grow in the program, they'll be those people doing this. So, little parents got a little hot and siblings, but this is part of the process. The arts is not easy. The arts also isn't for everybody. It requires talent and skill. And